Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Hey, Aries Girl Podcast, thank you so much for being here. And she says, I made it. Hello, everyone. And you are probably just the right person to help me break all this down. Okay. So, just in case you did not see the title of this video, it is Don't Play Victim to Circumstances You Created. Okay. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Like, I am so over Portia and Britt Edie. Okay. I get it. Fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But these girls are coming on this TV show with nothing but fake lies, and it's just not adding up. Okay. And my whole thing is they're really painting a really bad picture for young girls coming up, thinking that this gold digger phase is what it is. And that's not what it is. And let's just start with Portia. Okay. Portia, hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. And she said, like the video, join the conversation, and share the video. Okay. So she married Cordell, her first husband. And Portia tried to paint this picture like she was the perfect wife for Cordell. She didn't want to hang out with the girls. She didn't want to do any of that stuff because she felt like that she hit gold. So she was going to be exactly who Cordell wanted her to be, which now we see the real Portia, which is nothing like she was when she was with Cordell, but obviously she just wanted the lifestyle. Like, I don't understand. These ladies are so good at pretending. I'm sorry. I'm not a pretender. Like, I can't lay next to you and pretend to be in love just because you got money. Like, that would be the most annoying thing. Honestly, I would rather build with somebody and come up together instead of being with somebody who I don't love just because they got a bag. It just wouldn't work. It'll work for some people, if you're addicted to that lifestyle, but no, I'll choose love any day. Okay. So then she gets with Simon, and you know, Fallon has already come out and kind of made statements about what it really was. She said that her and Simon decided that she was going to go on this TV show and they were going to use Portia to do it. So they were pretty much all in cahoots together. But what she didn't know is that Portia was going to leave with her man. Okay. So I think the reason why Portia was talking to Simon is because Simon was trying to use Portia to get Fallon's foot in the door. But what happened was he ended up falling for Portia. That's why you don't let another woman get close to your man like that. And that's why she made the statement, oh, I was just checking on both of them because, they were going through a divorce, because at that point they were supposedly both not necessarily her friends, but her associates. Okay. So then she gets with Simon, take an entire year to come up with the prenup. I get it. You effed up the first time, so you wanted to have a different experience this time. But girl, all of that, the main thing I don't like about what Portia did with Simon in this whole house situation, Simon has kids too. You wanted this man to put you up in his newly purchased home, and he has about 5 kids. You only have one, and you wanted this man to just abandon his kids, not have a place for his kids to go, and put you and your one daughter up in a 7-bedroom home. Girl, make it make sense. I could see if you put it in the prenup for him to put you up in a nice condo or something, but for this man to have to move out of his home, and yeah, he's stupid for agreeing to it, you know, but for this man to move out of his home so that you can parlay, with your baby daddy and all your friends or whatever the case may be while he pays the bills for 2 years, you had to have all of these lavish weddings. Like, it's just too much. Hey, Sharon Godball, thank you so much for being here. Like, it was utterly ridiculous what these two came up with. And I really don't feel sorry for either one of them because they got what they deserve because both of them had bad intentions. Simon is a clout chaser, so he wanted the clout of it all, being with Portia, a peach holder or ex peach holder, whatever the case may be, somebody with a lot of clout. That's what you wanted because everybody knows who Portia is. And for you to live in the same home with Portia and not know who she is, then that means that something is wrong with you or you was okay with who Portia was. So be okay with it, you know. But when she, had that scene where she said that she texted Simon and told him that, Pilar was asking about him, girl, you done ruined this man's life pretty much. And I'm not saying that Portia is the reason why Simon is in ICE custody, but it's looking very suspect. Okay. It's looking very suspect. First of all, ladies, don't ever let a man convince you to drop all of your bags, all of your streams of income. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was willing to give up all of her jobs just to be with this wealthy man. Now she pretty much has to start all over. Imagine where she would be and where her businesses, would have been if she didn't decide to play housewife for 15 months. Like, she would be a lot further along. Okay? So, on top of that, she's going through a divorce. She's, has this lawsuit that she has not spoken on for, I think it was $5.1 million. And she just decides to go and get a boob job. So you know what that tells me, Portia? You are still trying to use your looks to get money. Okay, because with all of this debt you got going on, and the fact that you're going to have to purchase a new house unless you're going to move back into your house where your mom lives, you're going to have to purchase a new house. And you thought it was more important to get a boob job? Girl, make it make sense. Like, you haven't learned your lesson. And I get it. There are a lot of shallow men out here, and they will pay your bills. But there's a lot that goes along with that. Hey, Dee Dee, thank you so much for being here. There is a lot that goes along with that. Okay. Just look at Cassie and what she had to go through to keep up with this man because he had money. Like, it's not worth it at the end of the day. When you got your own money, you make the rules. When you don't have your own money, you have to follow somebody else's rules. So, another thing I don't like about Portia is, Portia, why are you spending so much time with your baby daddy? Like, now you hanging out at the studio. Like, are you trying to like compete with Drew for your baby daddy? Like, you want your baby daddy, like you're posting your baby daddy on your YouTube channel, like y'all are still a thing. And he's so comfortable with you guys' weird relationship that he say that y'all still go together. Like, make it make sense. Like, what man would really want to get involved with you and take you serious while you're still entertaining your baby daddy? Like, why are you spinning the block? But yet you say you're not, but you want to do YouTube videos with him. You want to show up at the studio. Like, Portia, you're looking really crazy out here in these streets. You're looking desperate. You're looking broke. Like, what is it? You still looking for a man with money instead of taking this time to work on your businesses, your Go Naked hair, your Pampered by Portia sheets. Invest that time in yourself. Stop looking for people to bail you out. That's not Dennis's job. And you hang the fact that that's your baby daddy. Oh, we're supposed to have a good relationship. You can have a good relationship with your baby daddy without always being up in his face. Like you're leading him on, making him think that there's a possibility that you two might get back together. But at the end of the day, you're just using him because you don't know what to do at this point. You're getting ready to go to court, and Simon is not going to spare you. You know, you catch more honey with bees. And the way that this all played out, it's not looking good for you, Portia. It's just not looking good for you at all. And Aries girl said Portia and Dennis are probably still together, just keeping it silent until she gets that decree. Honestly, I don't think they're together. I think that Portia is lost. Okay. Portia does not know what to do and she's reaching for straws. She knows that there's a possibility that she might not be coming back to Roa. So she's trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground. This girl literally made a video telling Dennis and her sister Lauren to make YouTube videos on her channel. Like, girl, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do to help yourself in this situation? Besides delegating everybody to do your job. It's just not a good look. So Portia's in a lot of hot shit right now. And them looks, they don't look as good when you're stressed out, when you're stress eating, all of that stuff. Like this is not going to play out how Portia thinks it's going to play out. And the word on the curb, according to Lakeisha Keisha, y'all, if y'all haven't, if y'all have not subscribed to her channel, go check her out because she's right there in those Atlanta streets. So she gets a lot of that inside tea, okay? You know, Simon is getting out of ICE soon. And Simon is more than likely going to show up for court at the next court date. And now Portia is trying to do a video call because she does not want to face Simon. Okay. She does not want to face Simon because Simon was done so wrong, and he brought it on himself. I can't feel sorry for him, but I just think Portia took this way too far, asking that man to move out of his home that he had just recently purchased, where her name is nowhere on that home, and his kids not have a place that they can come and visit their dad. I understand she didn't want to be left, holding the bag like she was with Cordell. But girl, you was only married to the man for 15 months. Have some grace. Like, really, was it really worth you pissing this man off to this degree? Because at this point, he don't give zero fucks, okay? He don't care what happened to you and your baby. So basically, you're gonna have to start over anyways. And I know those Bravo checks ain't paying like that. And even if it was, girl, you might not get another season. So what you gonna do then? Go hoe around and find another assignment in Africa? Those Africa trips gonna get real expensive. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even if they are paying for you to come over here, like Portia, these men are married. Like at some point, like get your own man. So let's get off of Portia for a minute because they already dragging her enough out here in these streets. She's looking really bad. She ain't got no storyline. Her and Drew both trying to depend on her baby daddy. Like they sharing a storyline. Like this is such a mess. Bravo made us wait damn near 2 years to come out with this bullshit. Come on now. This season is a mess. Okay. Now let's get on Britt. Okay. Let's get on Britt, tired ass. Britt came out and said that she was in the insurance industry, told some lies about her family, included her family in the lies, then had a website where she was promoting the business. We ain't heard nothing else about your insurance business, girl. We ain't heard nothing else about it. How were you able to become a housewife when you don't even have a freaking job? We don't know what your husband does. That's not clear. And then on top of that, he low key like men, according to, the word on the curb. Like, make it make sense. And they say you a streetwalker. Like, girl, how did you get on this show? To be honest, the only person or people that are living their real lives on this show is Cynthia, Shamia, Kelly. It ain't giving. Kelly too damn boring. She got too much debt going on, and all she want to do is cater to her dog. Now we love the fur babies and everything, but girl, it's getting old. Your events are getting old. You done latched on to Shamia. So you can utilize some of her story because she's actually living the life. But girl, you too boring. Like, we don't want to see you either. We don't want to see you. We don't want to see Portia. We don't want to see Britt. Britt would rather ruin this lady's business instead of just admitting that she effed up when it came to her event. Like, Britt, you really should have did your research. You should have talked to a friend that, is known to have events. Like, you're trusting this decorator, you know what I'm saying? And you really should have did your research. You should have looked at reviews, recommendations. You should have went to one of your friends for recommendations. Like, but you chose to, you know, disgrace this lady's business saying that she was late just because you didn't want to own up to the fact that you messed up. You thought it was more important to be out there taking pictures for social media instead of being in there telling this lady exactly what you wanted for your event. You should have been giving her instructions. Especially, this lady is not used to production being around. She is not used to production saying, no, 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 we want you over here, we want you over there, we want the lighting here, we want. She was not used to that. She's a decorator. She's not a party planner. She's not an event planner. So instead of being out there faking scenes, with heels on the greens, you should have been in there telling that lady what to do and how to set up your event, knowing that it was going to be filmed on TV. You looking tacky as hell. Then your husband over there trying to talk to all of the content creators and make sure that they don't say anything bad about him. Like, he literally knew the content creators by name. House of Aaron said that, he was trying to introduce himself to Mike, and Mike was like, oh, I know exactly who you are. So Mike, his focus was on making the content creators happy so that they wouldn't give him a bad review. And then you did the same thing. You were over there telling the content creators, oh, you better not say nothing bad about me. You were literally focused on the wrong things at your event, Britt. That's why it was a disaster. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm not giving you any grace because you got your priorities fucked up. And to come on TV with that bull, people don't know who was supposed to eat. Some people were supposed to get like light snacks or whatever the case may be. That was a whole entire mess. And guess what? Bravo loves to embarrass you ladies. They get a kick because at the end of the day, if that event didn't go so bad, they really wouldn't have had nothing to talk about. It would have been boring as hell because there just was not a lot going on. You tried to fake a scene with Shamia and Kelly that went left. That wasn't a good look. Then the people are in there, don't know what to do. And people are you got Mike in there trying to figure everything out. Like, it was just too much. Too much for you, too much for Mike. It just wasn't a good look. But I'm sure Bravo liked it because guess what? People are talking about it. And Sharon said, Kelly is so boring. She is. I'm sorry. Kelly does not have enough going on to get invited back for a second season. She just don't. I mean, I like Kelly. Y'all know I started out saying I like Kelly. She's a good girl, but this is just not for her. And she also said that was a messed up event. It absolutely was. And it's really starting to look broke. That outfit, it just wasn't giving. Those stripper shoes Britt had on, that whole outfit, it just was not the look. And the fact that she wanted to do something that people are saying looks like the Kentucky Derby on a golf course. Like it it didn't mix, okay? She should have had on some cute tennis skirts. Like I'm not a golf player. I have been on, a golf course, but I used to love to wear tennis skirts. And I know they're not necessarily for golf, but being a lady, they go well with some cute little, tennies on or whatever the case may be. But those heels on the golf course, no, baby. That was just not the look. That was not the look. So yeah, Britt, I don't think you're going to be invited back because again, you trying to fake it till you make it, and it's just not working. It's not working for you because you don't have anything going on, and you broke trying to put on and portray that you got this lavish life, and you just don't. You went from having your own business supposedly to being a kept woman. And that's all fine and good, but the way that you were cutting corners at this event, I don't think your husband has it like that, like how you want people to believe. Because if he did, everybody at that event would have eaten, okay? And even though Justin Diego did not want to bash you, he didn't eat at your event because, according to House of Aaron, most of the people ate, but some people did get left out and did not get anything to eat. And then some people overly, you know, ate and had some drinks because Mike was trying to butter them up. So he was giving them shots or whatever the case may be. I guess because they're a part of his community, he really wanted to make a good impression. And that's no shade. I'm just saying. Just keeping it real. So he definitely wanted to make sure that House of Aaron and Justin Diego was happy. I'm just saying. And Britt was over there just looking like a damn fool in front of the ladies because, I guess after getting on the show, she figured out, okay, the insurance industry wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So then at the last minute, she decided to come up with this bare naked or whatever the case of her new brand. And let's see how far she's going to get with that because I think that she's really not serious about it and she's just doing it so that she can keep up with these ladies. Okay. I believe that her and Portia are a lot alike. They start stuff, but they don't finish it. Then it says that he give Portia 6 months and that YouTube channel is going to be done. She's already asking people to create her content. Portia, you've only had the channel for a couple of months. Like, you getting lazy already, girl? You don't have a lot going on. More than likely, you're not filming right now. So, what are you doing? Yeah, these ladies, they're just really, they need to get off this show. They really do need to get off this show and they need to get some people on this show if they even can because the production is so messy and they're so slimy that, people who are classy and really care about their reputation, they don't want to come on this show, to be honest. So they're going to have a hard time trying to convince people to be on this show. So it might just be time for this show to be done because, I mean, when you just got to be on this show, faking and lying and spending money that you don't have just to keep up this facade, like, what are you really getting out of all of this? You're probably spending more money than you're actually bringing in, to be honest. And you're not utilizing this platform to level up. Portia, you've been on this show long enough to have some shit going on. Because one thing we can say about Kandi, Nene, Phaedra, they leveled up being on this show. Portia, you're still in the same space. You have not leveled up since being on this show. And you know why? Because you're spending all of your time trying to be a gold digger, trying to find some married man to pay your damn bills. Girl, focus on those two businesses that you have. You say you want to do this, you say you want to do that with your business. Show it to us. Like, we're not seeing that. I get it. You might not want to promote your businesses on your tacky ass YouTube channel. I get it. Post it on your Instagram. Keep your Instagram professional, and you can have the mess on your YouTube channel. And she does post occasionally about Pampered by Portia and Go Naked Hair, but I just don't think that she's putting the quality time into her business or her businesses for them to be successful. I just don't think that's what's happening here. And Portia, if you were to do that, you wouldn't have to depend on these men so much. I'm just saying, you wouldn't have to depend on these men that you're not even necessarily physically attracted to, that you might not even be in love with. I feel like Portia has been with two men that she did not love for the love of money. Okay. And Sharon said, so true. Everybody leveled up except Portia. Absolutely. She is the only one that has been on this show for as long as she have, and she has not leveled up. She's still in the same space. So all I can say is, Portia and Britt, either you ladies need to level up or you need to get off the damn show. Like, like we see through the bull, girl. Like we was born at night, but we wasn't born last night. Like we see through the fake and the fraud. Hey, TNTG Mom, thank you so much for being here. So, guys, at the end of the day, Portia and Britt, stop playing victims for circumstances that you created. Okay? Don't do that. It's a bad look. Portia and Shamia has been friends for so long. Shamia has been through some horrible things in her life, especially when her daughter got sick. Where was Portia? Where was Portia? And the first time she calls, Portia out on that, Portia wants to cry. She wants to act like, oh, this is not a good time. Oh, I just don't have the energy. Portia, it's just always all about you. People like you, I walk away from with the quickness, because what I won't do is one-sided relationships, whether that's family, friends, kids. I don't give a damn. I don't do those. Okay. And even her sister was saying Portia need friends. How the hell she need friends? And she be in everybody's face. You know why? She don't have no friends because she's not a friend. She just have associates, people that want to go out with her to have fun, because that's what she like to do. She like to have fun. That's all she's about, fun. Anything else, y'all can miss Portia with it. Hey, Mary, thank you so much for being here. I don't think I seen you in the chat before. And Mary said Portia only keeps enablers around. Exactly. And people she can delegate to do all the damn work because she lazy. Okay? Portia is lazy. She wants to use her looks to get a man to pay her bills. Okay? And guys, that's going to be it for this video. And if you did not like the video on the way in, please like the video on the way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And drop down in the comments so that we can keep this conversation going. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.